should prove to be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the Miami Dolphins. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
Throwing to start here is Tua. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's got room. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. To the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you don't like that call on the opening drive of the game.
It's a very strong limb that you're out on right now. Okay, and look, the game between college and the NFL continues to creep closer. But that is truly a college play, not an NFL play. Because you'd snap the ball from the 3-yard line there, whether it's going for 1 or going for 2. So it makes sense to try it that way to maybe fake it. In this case, from the 15, makes 0 sense.
And now your lead's just 6-0 instead of 7-0. Out to his left. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. This is caught. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that well.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Well, not content with the first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. His throw incomplete.
Well, get man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out...
What, on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball, what's going on. Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd down. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And it's caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tua fighting his old Alabama teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Firing quickly, but It's incomplete.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. On the move past the 40. Down the right sideline. Touchdown Bears. Chase Claypool. 69 yards. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here with that deficit. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Santos with the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to, whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise and just a strong belief that, hey, we're going to get it done.
Tua now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down. and refuse to go down. If you're a defender and you'll get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead in the second quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so a good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. He's got room at the 30. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 54 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who's going to stop him.
And the numbers on the next-gen stats, it always tells us the story. He tacked on better than 40 yards after the catch. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a 3rd person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football.
He's got a man, complete, touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up enough.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10, and he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Throws the out route and finds Claypool. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw, Fields. Complete to Jones. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Second and 7, operating from the 34. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 28. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10, and he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more into their lead. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
Free kick out of bounds.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice That often runs you into a penalty.
Off play action. Fields steps away to his left. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time. And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner. On play action, here's Tua. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Touchdown, Dolphins! Tua finding his old Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins have taken a 5-touchdown lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. This is caught out in the right foot. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 42. From the gun, here's Fields. Right side, Claypool's got it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On 1st down, Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this connection there, he's had almost 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st down, it's Fields. Wide open receiver, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now it's Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Chase Claypool with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Santos with the extra point. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Tua now on 1st down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Now a throw caught by one of their linemen. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime.
But my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially in the final play of the first half, though, the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. But he will not get the 2 points. He stopped up short, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Chicago. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. The offenses have success. You can say they run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And oh, it's wide right. No good. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw is Fields. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
To try again after the sack. Fields. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they'll be facing the 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing on 3rd down. Fields. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this returnable for Hill. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. What a run that was. 88 yards on the punt return. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control.
It certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Sanders on for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guy's...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Now Fields. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say,
and the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. It's a big play there for Miami. 58 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Raheem Mostert taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Dolphins get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So the big play to kick off the drive set up on 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When they'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Fields. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. Being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they're hoping the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here comes the Bears punter now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he is really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute off.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got it at the 10, and he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Partner, one more time. He put the ball on the 3-yard line, kicked the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they got a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds.
And that flag accepted.
Automatic first down.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll try to run wide side with Montgomery. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on 3rd down. Fields now to throw. Flushed out right. And he will slide down with a good gain. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, left side. 30, 10, 5, touchdown Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 99 yards. And the Dolphins to add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Well, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Kick out of bounds.
And they'll accept that penalty. Now a first down throw, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Working with a 2nd and 3. Here's Fields. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Fields. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And his throw here is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what if I...
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was carrying more.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 55 yards. And the Dolphins just continue to roll.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got it at the 10. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Kick out of bounds.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Back to throw. Fields. His throw incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Out of the gun, Fields. Caught by Jones. And he'll get this out near midfield, but that's still a few